It's your boy Jones.
This is Frank.
Yo, it's your boy Cutter B.
Peace, it's your boy Cyber.
Yo, this your boy Tony in the Van. You already know who I'm knocking with. You're tuning in. Listening to my guy.
This is the podcast about Nathan, episode 84, end of the year review. I'm gonna just get into music, man. I'm gonna just talk about my favorite projects for the year, what to look out for next year, you know. So, like I said, we're gonna get right into it. So, my favorite album that came out, my favorite rap album. Sorry, I'm gonna do rap and R&B. My bad. I'm gonna do a few rap and do a few R&B. My favorite rap album that came out this year was Conway the Machine, From a King to a God. I done mentioned it, but y'all not on Twitter. I done mentioned this shit on Twitter. Conway has separated himself from the rest of Griselda in terms of rapping ability. They all can rap, but I think it's clear that he is the top lyricist rapper in that group. And I think it's clear that he has come into his own, meaning he went from being strictly a lyricist to now being an actual song maker. And From a King to a God proved just that. You get what I'm saying? It proved just that. Like, it separated himself, because even when Benny dropped Burden of Proof, like, that shit wasn't, no. If you know Benny, no, that's not it. That's not it at all. Like I said, From a King to a God, like, I'm not gonna beat y'all over the head with every single project. I'm not gonna do that. But that's the one for me. Like, if you ask me what's the best rap album, like lyricism content, not this trap stuff made for the radio. I'm not talking about the commercial shit. I'm talking about actual rapping. I'm going to answer Conway the Machine, From a King to a God. To me, that is the best album that came out this year. And that is my favorite album that came out this year. That's my, you know. My second favorite album was Styles P, Ghost Your Enthusiasm. Now, Styles P is probably one of the few older rappers that, as time has gone forward, he has stayed relevant. He has adapted with the sound. Like, if you was listening to Styles in the 90s, early 2000s, you know, it sound different, you know. Here we are in 2020, and he's still dropping quality music. Jadakiss ain't even doing that. Jadakiss in the same group with him. Like, Jadakiss ain't even doing that. Styles is the one of the few older people that's hip hop, that's not sounding like some super duper old person, and he not sounding like some super duper young person. He right where he need to be. He sound like, I believe he's 46 now. He sounds like a 46-year-old that has adapted with the times, and I'm very glad to see that, because Styles is a legend in New York. So Styles P, Ghost Your Enthusiasm, like, all of these projects I named, go check him out. Like, go check him out. If you haven't already, you know what I'm saying? Go check him out, because if I'm telling you, because a lot of y'all like to say, yo, I don't like nothing. That's false. Because there's a lot of shit, it's not even a lot of shit that I down talk, but there's a lot of shit that I up talk as well. There's definitely a lot of shit that I be like, yo, that shit was fire, that beat was hard. But y'all don't want to hear that. Anyways, Styles P, Ghost Your Enthusiasm. Lil Durk, Just Cause Y'all Waited too. Now, this was the first time, this might have been like the second, or let's say second project that I've listened to Lil Durk with an open ear. This first one was Love Letter to the Streets 3, I believe, or 2. I want to say 3. This is the second one. Now, if I would have done this podcast back in 2013 and 2014, y'all would have hated me. Because I was a very angry music person back then. I hated the direction that rap / hip hop was going in back in them years. I feel like 2013 and 14 was like the decline of real hip hop, and that's when trap and drill music started to explode. And Lil Durk was a part of that, and I hated him back in 13 and 12 and 13. I hated him back then. I thought he couldn't rap. I thought he rapped too aggressive. I just thought he wasn't good. But over time, as he started to adapt the auto-tune, as he started to change his actual sound, it's not a lot of people you see change their sound as time goes forward. Usually they stick to the same thing. They stick to what works. He has changed his sound from being a fast-paced drill, aggressive-ass rapper to a calm, auto-tune voice. That shit, I like him a lot now. I can listen to him now and not be cringing, because now he's actually rapping. Well, he always was rapping pain shit, but it didn't sound like pain when you're yelling and screaming at somebody. You know what I'm saying? But now he's talking to you with a little bit of auto tune, and it sounds like, damn, like I feel the shit a little bit. I feel a little bit deeper now. You understand what I'm saying? So Lil Durk, just because y'all waited too, and he just dropped the project yesterday called The Voice. That just dropped yesterday. I don't know. It's kind of weird. He dropped that on a Thursday, but you could drop music whenever you want to. So I definitely am one of his newer fans, because they have these things on Twitter where they be like, when I met the person versus when you met the person. You could definitely say that about Lil Durk, because I met him, let's say last year, because the before didn't like that shit. Now, yeah. Lil Durk, just because y'all waited too. Next, Boldy James, the Versace tape. Now, this is a lesser known rapper. Also, along with Conway, he's a part of Griselda Records. He been on the scene since like 2011, which I didn't know. He really wasn't prevalent back then. He finally started to emerge within this last year. You understand what I'm saying? So the Versace tape is dope. I put a few people onto the Versace tape, and they told me like, yeah, this is dope. It's dope. And this is a project I implore y'all to listen to, because if you into, well, let me tell you something. One thing I will always be into is lyricism over soulful shit, horns and strings and pianos. Like, that's the type of, if I'ma always be into that. And he rapped just that on the Versace tape. It was these soulful ass beats, horns and shit like that. He talking that drug talk. You get what I'm saying? So if you into that, Griselda's for you. Burden. Benny is kind of moving away from that, from what we heard with Burden of Proof. But if you want to hear shit like that, listen to the Versace tape. Boldy James, Boldy James, because yeah, that tape is hard. And last but not least, Westside Gunn, Fly God is an Awesome God. Now, if you're familiar with Griselda, you know Westside is the leader, but he's also the bottom rapper. He picks great beats. He produces. When I say produces, I mean he puts the songs together. Like, he does that. He executively produces. Let me say that. But he's not the best rapper at all. Very far from it. But Fly God is an Awesome God showed me, like, this nigga can make, even if you can't rap, or even if you rap at a low degree, you could still make shit sound amazing. He picked amazing beats. He picked the right features. And yeah. He dropped 3 projects this year. He dropped Pray for Paris, fire. He dropped Fly God is an Awesome God, fire. And then he dropped Who Made the Sunshine. That wasn't it. I didn't like that one. But Fly God is an Awesome God. That's it for me. So that's my 5. Those are my favorite 5 projects this year. Now I got some honorable mentions as well. Haha. G Herbo, PTSD. G Herbo, similar to Lil Durk, you know, the Chicago movement. I wasn't a fan of G Herbo. No, let me not say that. Yes, I wasn't a fan of G Herbo. See, but I didn't dislike him as much as I disliked Durk. Herbo has always rapped how he's always rapped the same way. Fast pace, offbeat, on beat shit. I like that. Now, coming in like same thing with Durk, 2019ish. Like I'm like, okay, Herbo, I like it now. I didn't like it before. Like the beats before wasn't nah. Like the only song by Herbo I remember is Chirac. And I don't even think that was his song. I don't remember whose song that was. I think it was his. But PTSD, that's a dope album. You can hear the maturity, like that first intro song, like you can hear the maturity, you can hear the experience. Like that's what I like. I want to hear. I don't want. See, I'm not a vanity person when it comes to this music shit. I don't want to hear you. That shit don't impress me, dog. I don't care how much cars you got. Like, that's not what it's not that I don't care. It's like, that's not what I want to hear. I don't care about how much money you got, how much change you got, how much bitches you fought. I don't care about none of that. Like, rap that experience shit. That's what separates the younger niggas from the older niggas. And of course, you got older niggas that rap just like the younger niggas, but it's like a person like Styles P. Styles P ain't rapping money and how much girl, like, you know, he's rapping experience to you. He's 46. He's gonna rap experience to you. G Herbo and Durk they're rapping experience. They rapping trauma, they rapping pain. Like, that's why I could listen to them. They wasn't rapping that before. They was more on the aggressive, we killing niggas, step wrong, you get popped, you know, shit like that. It's like, niggas don't want to hear that all the time. And G Herbo, like I said, with PTSD, listen to the title. It's titled PTSD. Like that should tell you enough. Like, it's about experience. So that's honorable mention for me. Smoke DZA, closed mouth don't get fed. Now, I was never a fan of Smoke DZA. Let me not say that. I didn't dislike Smoke DZA. He wasn't somebody on my radar. He's a lower known person from Harlem, but he's been here producing projects for years now, and he's a staple in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So, closed mouth don't get fed. That was a dope little like 8-9 track project that came out, and I like that shit. You know, like I said, Smoke DZA, like people that have been around for a while. I remember them when they first came out, and I wasn't feeling them. Smoke is one of them, Herbo's one of them, and Durk is one of them. Like, that's 3 people off top that been around since I was in high school. Not so much Herbo, but Durk been around since high school, and Smoke DZA been around since high school. Herbo really came around like 2013, 2014-ish. But I didn't like them when they first came out. Like Smoke, like if a Smoke drops a project right now, I'm listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not first or second or third, but I'm going to listen to it at some point the week it comes out. So a lot of people I'm not doing that for. Smoke DZA, closed mouth don't get fed. LES, L.E. Dollar Sign, man, Houston nigga. This is a really unknown dude, which is weird to me because you can look him up on Instagram, Steak and Shrimp, and same thing on Twitter. It's like, this is a dude who been rapping since when I was in high school, and he just hasn't elevated. Like, I'm sure he making money behind the scenes or, you know, merch and all that shit, but it's like he just doesn't, his fans don't grow. Like his fan base does not grow. This dude been dropping projects for years now, like 6-7 years. I'm talking about 2 projects a year, dog. And he just, his fan base, like I went on his Twitter, actually tweeted him like 2 weeks ago, and he retweeted me. But you know, like that's one thing I noticed. Like if you like a relatively unknown act, you're gonna see every notification that comes to your phone. Like that's something I've noticed. Like that's something I noticed with battle rap as well. If you a battle rapper and you got like 8,000-9,000 followers, chances are, unless your battle just dropped, nobody's really tweeting you. Same thing I learned with these lesser known acts. I'll get into another one later. So I tweeted him knowing he was gonna retweet me because like you only got like 10,000 followers, so you're gonna see my tweet. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why do you like how you been in the game 6-7 years? You only got like 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers. Like in 2020, what determines your visibility is your following. I mean, you got to call a spade a spade. People say, you're not getting paid off followers. Some people fucking do. What'd you rather have, $1,000 or 1,000 followers? A lot of people rather have 1,000 followers because you get paid off followers in 2020. And like I said, I'm sure he's doing whatever he's doing behind the scenes, but musically, I don't know why his fan base hasn't grown. So L.E. $, he dropped Dios. I forgot what it stands for. It's an acronym because he's not Hispanic. It's an acronym, but I can't remember what it stands for. But that was a cool album. I like that shit. That shit dropped earlier this month, actually. And I believe, did I promote that? I don't think I posted that on the page. Yeah, my bad. My bad, Ellie. But I don't know sometimes. It's like, some of these dudes, like, when you see they follow and just don't expand, it's just like, what are you doing wrong? Like, I don't get it. But more power to him, man. But Ellie $, man. LES. It's not literally $, like Todd $. It's LE money sign. That's it. So yeah. Currency, the Tonight Show with DJ Fresh. That was a dope project that came out January. Damn, this beer is it. This beer making me fucking. Damn, I can't breathe to this shit. Currency, the Tonight Show. That was a real funky, not even funky, I'll say like groovy, vibey project like that came out in January. That was a dope project. I like that shit a lot. Currency never disappointed. I don't believe Currency dropped 4 projects this year. Like that's, if Currency dropped anything less than 3 projects a year, I know something is up with him. Cause that dude stay working. Like that nigga, that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest independent artist in the game. Cause I believe Nipsey was the biggest one independently on the independent stage. But Currency has been independent since day one. And his following is insane. And his work ethic is insane. Like I just told you, he dropped 4 projects this year. 3 with Harry Fraud and 1 with DJ Fresh. I believe he dropped, I want to say like 6. The other ones wasn't really that prevalent, that relevant, that it didn't make that much noise. But the ones with Harry Fraud and this one, yeah. I believe he dropped 6, might be 7. But he stayed like every year that man dropped 5 projects minimum every single year. Like, shout out to him, man. Currency is that's the man right there. And last but not least, these are all honorable mentions. I named 5 of my favorites, and then I named 5 honorable mentions. Wale, The Imperfect Storm. Now, if you've been, my goodness, my bad. Excuse me. This shit. If you've been listening to this podcast, from the beginning, me and Wale have a topsy-turvy music relationship. Like, I mean, even if you haven't been listening to this, even if you listen to Wale and then you know his potential when it comes to music. And if you listen to his last few efforts, it wasn't it. Now, he caught my attention again with The Imperfect Storm. It was a little 6 track EP, and it got right to the point, and I loved it. This is somebody who's been around since middle school for me. And there was a point in time where he was just everything was a home run. Home run, home run. Then he just started to strike out. It just got bad, son. Like, yo, what happened to you, bro? And in the last 3-4 years, it's like it's one project is hot, one project is not. One project is hot, it's like, yo, like I don't know what he be doing. Like he be really swinging the miss sometimes. And the imperfect storm kind of but I can't even commend him like that because next project he probably gonna let me down. Probably gonna let me down with the next one. Like that's just what he do. He be hot and cold every time. So let me see. This project, Imperfect Storm, I liked. His last album, Wow, That's Crazy, I wasn't a fan of it, but a lot of people liked it. I'm gonna knock you. 2018, I don't remember what he dropped. I think when he dropped, he dropped like two EPs, I believe. Those was cool. Free Lunch, I believe, one. I forgot what the other one was. 2017, he dropped Shine. Whew. I ain't even gonna revisit that. And 2016, he dropped Summer on Sunset. Fire project, dog. Like, so hopefully he could keep up his good work because it's like he was in that conversation. You understand? He was in that conversation with the J. Coles and the Drakes and the Kendricks. It might not have been for long, but when he released The Ambition back in 2011, like he was on track to be, not one of the greatest, but to at least remain in that A-list level with the Kendricks and the Cole and the Drakes. And for some reason, Big Sean now, I don't know why y'all niggas revere him so much now, but because he ain't even at his best now. He was at his best then. But Wale was definitely in that conversation for sure. So that's it for my rap shit. So now, y'all know me, I gotta get into my R&B shit. Because, yeah. So my top 5 R&B projects this year. No order. I don't have a favorite one like I had with rap. But these was all good. Kehlani, it was good until it wasn't. Kehlani has always been consistent. I always say Kehlani, but it's Kehlani. I don't know, I just say Kehlani. She's always been consistent when it came to music. She's always produced quality, even if like it's always been quality over quantity. Like she's one of those young people who has it. And I hope as she gets older, like she doesn't lose it, because that's really what we be seeing. Well, in rap at least, when you see like these dudes be geniuses at age 20 and 21, and then as they get to like 30, 31, it's like it's not the same. But she's one of those people who's been like in the spotlight since probably, I guess, her teenage years. And she's been releasing like quality music since teenage adolescence. And it's like, I hope as she gets older, she doesn't lose it. Like, I hope when she gets to 35, because she's 25, I hope when she gets to 35, she could be like, she's still like, yeah, Kehlani, yeah, we still rocking with her. But it was good until it wasn't. That was a good album, man. Like, it was a good album. Like, she knows how to keep it sexy. She knows how to keep it raunchy. Like, but she knows how to be like not X-rated. That's what makes it even better, because she could get her point across without being X-rated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some rappers, there's some rappers who's really X-rated, and there's some who's really not. There's some who's X-rated, and there's some who's R-rated. And it's like, if you could get it done with the R-rated, then it's like, yeah, you know what you're doing. So Kehlani was good until it wasn't. Jhené Aiko, Chilombo, great project. Once again, another person to have a topsy-turvy relationship with, not because of the music, but because she blocked me on Twitter, which was kind of weird, because, You know, she's one of, you could tell she was one of those people who was typing in her name on Twitter to see what people were saying. That's cool. I mean, I'm not gonna knock you for that. Cause I didn't directly tweet her. I never tweeted her ever. But I said something about this t-shirt she had. Cause she had a t-shirt, she had a picture of a t-shirt or a tank top that had Big Sean's face covering her nipples. And I said something like, no, that's not what happened. No, yeah, that is what happened. What happened was she had on that t-shirt with Big Sean, but she had hair, like colorful hair. And I was like, I said something like, well, she thinks she Jeff Hardy or something. Jeff Hardy's a wrestler, but colorful hair. And that's the only time I even ever mentioned her name on my Twitter. And I'm pretty sure that's why she blocked me. That's funny. But anyways, Chilombo, great album, you know. Her last few? Because I know that project, Trip, that was a great project. Man, that was a great project. This one, I don't think was as good, but it was still good though. It was good. Definitely great to me. You know, I just prefer Trip. But this one was definitely good, man. And she always another one who always produced quality projects. Like, that's just certain people, that's just their thing, is to produce quality. They take their time and they get it done. That's how it's supposed to be. Like, if you can release projects rapidly and it still be good, then by all means. But if you can't, then don't do it. So I definitely liked that. Look, that's the thing about R&B, man. It's like R&B, these people release these projects. Like, when I looked at the R&B, because I was looking at the R&B albums of this year, outside of the ones that I already knew. And I'm looking at it like, wait, all these projects dropped this year? That's probably why R&B don't be going nowhere as of late. Because it's like, R&B acts drop a project, but it gets no burn. Like, where are you gonna hear a Kehlani song at if you're not looking for it? Where are you gonna hear a Teyana Taylor song if you're not looking for it? Like, you're not. It's like these dudes on the radio, like Fabio and A Boogie. I don't listen to these dudes, but when they song come on, it gets played so much. It's like, I know the words because I've heard it so many times, not because I went looking for it. That's the thing about R&B. It's like, yo, that's why this shit can't. It's part of it is that's why it's on a decline, because it's like, it's like these songs don't get no burn. They're not getting promoted. These magazines on Instagram, these publications, they're not promoting R&B like that, unless like you're on the inside. And that shit is like, it's really fucked up to me. It's really fucked up to me, because it's a lot of R&B acts out there, man. It's a lot of R&B acts out there, man. For real. That shit is like, it's a lot. It's a lot. But hopefully 2021, and that's another thing, like, so when I did the last podcast, I said something, because I was talking about the R&B, I was talking about the Grammys, and about how they snubbed R&B, the women in R&B. And I was like, oh no, they're going on for 2019. But then when I looked at the R&B list of albums that came out this year, 3 of those projects are on the R&B nominated list. So I'm like, oh, so y'all really did look at 2020. That John Legend shit came out this year. That Luke James shit came out this year. Giveon came out this year. It's like, wait a minute, so y'all really snubbed the R&B women, because normally the Grammys go off of the previous year. No, yeah, they do. So and it airs in January. So I was right. I do go up the previous year. So they really snubbed the shit out them women, dog. Like, wow. That's insane to me. But I've been trying to get back into that. So R&B, it's like these publications and shit, they need to do a better job of promoting R&B and posting R&B. Like, if you guys only see how many times Rap Radar and Elliot Wilson, how many times they post Megan Thee Stallion a month, like regular ass pictures, like how many times are you gonna post this girl? I don't got no issue with her. I don't see nothing wrong with her, but it's like it's so many other people, and it's like these publications stick to the same shit. If only y'all seen how many times Tidal posted Cardi B. It's a million other women in the music industry, bro. Y'all keep posting the same ones over and over and over again. Now, I don't doubt that they have some kind of relationship. I don't doubt that. But it's like, yo, it's so many other acts that should be exposed more. Teyana Taylor, the album, great project. Whole shit was a sex scene. You understand what I'm saying? Not a lot of people can do that. The entire thing damn near was a sex soundtrack, and not because of what she's talking about, because of how it sounds. Not a lot of people can make sex. Not a lot of people can make sounds that sound like sex, and I don't literally mean sounds that sound like sex. I mean sensual sounds, shit like that, intimacy. The entire shit sounds like that. And I feel bad for her because she tweeted a few weeks ago, like, I'm done with music. Like, y'all don't appreciate me. Like, we get some. I'm pretty sure the Grammys was the last straw, and I feel her. You out here working while people that do less get recognized. I was just telling one of my friends that shit. Like, it fucks with you, man. It discourages you. And when she said that, I felt her 1,000%. You working year after year after year. You working. But yet people who do less get recognized. They get put on. They get exposed. They get promoted. It's like it gets discouraging. I know firsthand how that shit feels. I really do. And she said, "Fuck it, I'm on a what she. I think she said she's a creative director or something. So she going on to close, and you know, very talented dancer, very talented song maker. Like she's one of those people who's a dime a dozen, who's good at everything. Some people attempt it, but some people are not actually good at it. Good at all of them. So it's just sad to see her go, because that album she dropped in June was great. It was great, man. And you just hate to see talent, you know, get wasted. Cash Page, Teenage Fever. Now, Cash Page is relatively unknown, but not really. You gotta, like, if you're in the world of R&B, you're gonna know what's, you know, you're gonna know the new hot people coming up. I'm not gonna see the thing about the Grammys. They don't got the hot people coming up. They just got new people like Giveon and Luke James. Luke James ain't new, but he ain't hot either. Like, so Cash Page, you know, she's a little bit younger. She's like 19, but she makes good music. If you into modern R&B, but the modern R&B sound, like Kehlani and shit, and if you like R&B that sounds like that, you know, boppy, but Cash Page not boppy. She's more sensual, slow, you know. But it's modernized. You get what I'm saying? Cash Page is one of those people who's, like I said, if you into like the slow relationship, you know, broken up shit, like she's for you, man. She's for you. Like, and it's like what's amazing about some of these artists is like they be so young coming up with the shit they come up with. Like her, I don't got her on my list, but her from a young age, like the maturity of her voice and like the content is like, damn, you would have thought her was 37 or something. And her is only what, 23? And she's been making music since she was, I'm sure since she was a teenager, but it's like 23. So she was 3 years ago, she was 20. And she was at her, I don't want to say she was at her peak, but yeah, you could kind of say she was at her peak 2-3 years ago. So at such a young age, making music like that. That shit is amazing. Like some of the talent, some of these people got, man, for real. And Cash Page, I feel like she's one of those people. I feel like she's one of those people that's eventually gonna like take off. Danny Lay movie. This project, okay. Danny Lay has been hit or miss, similar to Wale, because Danny Lay does these projects or EPs that's like trap R&B. Like it's like I'm talking about like real slow BPM trap beats where she's trying to like rap but slur the words so it sounds like R&B, like, and drag out the words to make it seem like she's singing them, but she's rapping them, but she tries to drag the words out to make it be a melody or something, and it just doesn't sound good. One thing I've seen about, she's probably the only person. What it is that modern R&B is just singing over beats that could possibly be rap. That's what like the modern beat, like the boppy shit, like these could potentially be rap songs. But Danny Lay was rapping over actual trap beats that were no mistake rap songs. Like these weren't, you can't put R&B over these because these are rap songs. Excuse me, these are rap beats. You understand what I'm saying? And I was just like, you can't, this doesn't sound good. This trap shit this trap R&B fusion you trying to do, like, it just don't sound right. This shit over here is cheap ass shit. Yo. So anyways, so she dropped Movie. Now Movie, she went back to the sensual, modern, regular R&B with the beats and the slow sensuality and intimacy. But there's like 2 or 3 which is like the trap shit on there. She could have did without those. But overall, I like the project. I believe it came out in November. No, it was like October. It was a good project. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And I haven't liked the Danny Lay project in a while because she be, like I said, she be on some other shit. I don't know what that girl be doing. Honorable mentions: Victoria Monet, Jaguar. This was her debut album, even though she's had like 4 or 5 projects, but this was her debut album. And it was very good. I like Victoria Monet. I've been watching her since 2015-ish. Like these especially, see, that's the thing about R&B. These girls really been around for a while. Kehlani been around since she was like 19, son. These girls been around for some years already, and they only in their mid-20s. Victoria Monet, Jaguar, Queen Naija, Misunderstood. I like that album. That came out in October. It's literally misunderstood, like MISS, understood. Like she's calling herself like it was her last name. Like that was a dope project. These are honorable mentions. Alina Baraz, It Was Divine. Another one that's been on the grind for years now. I remember her. That was 2014 when she dropped that shit. That EP, that Flora and Fauna, that was years ago. She's still at it. These is the girls that can't really break the mainstream. Or I should say commercial. Can't break the commercial. Queen Naija, she's definitely still on her way up. Victoria Monet, I don't know. She's been out so long. It's like, I don't know, but I only see, good things for her. Lena Barrage, It Was Divine. Kiana Lede, Kiki. She hasn't hit her peak either, but she's been doing this for 3, 4 years now. And I think she's like the youngest one. She probably like 21, 22. And she makes great music. Like, like I say, people, it's so young. Like, it's so amazing how young these people are. Ariana Grande, Positions. Now, I haven't listened to an Ariana Grande project since like 2013, when she I forgot what that album was called. It's actually in iTunes. I forgot what the album was called. Because she was one of those people who became a super duper star and just went pop. Once you go pop, it's like, yeah, I'm good on you. I don't listen to pop. Oh, I don't listen to 2000s, 2010s pop. And once she went that pop route, it's like sayonara. I was reading something when this album came out. It was like, oh, she did R&B. This is an R&B album with a touch of soul, with a touch of this. But all right, let me check him out. And I liked it. You know, it wasn't one of my favorites, but it was an honorable mention. I liked it. You know, it was she was rapping. She was singing some adult shit, which is kind of different for her, being that we know her to be, you know, not immature, but we know her to be more on the, I guess, politically correct side, I guess. I liked it though. And last but not least, JoJo, Good to Know. Now, I never listened to JoJo ever. I've always heard she's white with a black voice, I guess. But this Good to Know project, this is the first project I've ever listened to her. Matter of fact, you know why? When I was still listening to Joe Budden's podcast, he actually mentioned this, and he called her on the show as well. I remember that. And he's the one who like, yo, JoJo, blah, blah, blah. So I went and checked him out. And I'm like, damn, this girl could sing, boy. Shit. Like, she don't make... Okay, so let me put in perspective what they say what they mean when they say she's white with a black voice. When she's singing, it doesn't sound like it's coming from a white person. Like the music, the way it sounds, it doesn't sound like it's coming from a white person. It sounds like a black person. It sounds like how a black person would sing. It sounds like what a black person would sing about and how they would say it. This was a good album. So definitely when she dropped she dropped like a Christmas album, but I'm not into that Christmas business. Well, Christmas music from younger people, I'm not into that. Because who just did that? Sabrina Claudio just did that. And I'm like, I'm not into Christmas music from younger people. Let me hear the classics from the 60s and 50s and shit. So that was a good thing. I'm going to get into my favorite songs real quick that came out this year. Rick Ross, Pin to the Cross. That was a fire song. That shit debuted after he battled 2 Chainz on Versus. That was a fire song. Oh, man, that was a fire song. Rick Ross always, you know. Big Sean, Deep Reverence. Now, I don't like Big Sean's verse, not one bit. I like it because of Nipsey. I believe it was Nipsey's first appearance. No, not his first appearance. It was his first appearance this year, I believe, since his death. And it just sounded like he was still here. And Big Sean fucked up letting Nipsey go first. That's where he fucked up, because once Nipsey's verse is over, like, you skip the next song, like, and it's not because it's only Nipsey. It's just like Big Sean's verse just wasn't good to me. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all to me. The beat was hard. Nipsey's verse was hard. It was too short. But Big Sean's verse just wasn't good to me. So it's like, one of these days I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna cut his verse off and just, because that was a dope song. That should have just been a Nipsey song. Like, we didn't need you, Big Sean, at all. Partynextdoor, Savage Anthem. Now, his album Party Mobile was a flop. That shit was whack. After the long ass hiatus he done took, for him to come back with that bullshit was like, seriously, bro. But Savage Anthem, that song is like 6 minutes long. I mentioned it on here before. That ending when he stops singing for like a minute and a half, and the choir just does some angelic harmonious shit. Oh, it was so beautiful. That shit brought tears to my eyes. It was so beautiful. Man, I believe it was a sample of a gospel choir. I believe I read that somewhere, but I don't remember right now. But that was so, like, it was so beautiful, bro. Like, that shit brought tears to my eyes, son. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit was so beautiful. Man, I just wish he'd get it together, because I don't know what the fuck he's been doing. That Party Mobile shit wasn't it. And, yeah, it just wasn't it. Bryson Tiller, Sorrows. That's the song I opened the last podcast with. That song is amazing. And that beat is hard as shit. See, Bryson Tiller's beats have always been top level, top shelf. Like, his beats has always been amazing. And that Sorrows beat is different. Like, and that song in general, like, that song is too hard. JoJo, Don't Talk Me Down. My favorite song off of the album I just mentioned. That's an amazing song. Like, she sings, oh my God. That was an amazing song. Like, that's the best way I could put it, bro. Like, everything I mentioned in this podcast today, y'all need to go back and y'all need to go and check it out. Like, just go check it out, because you'll see what I'm talking about. So now I got a list of 3 people that I think y'all should check out for keep an eye out for them in 2021. The first one to look out for 2021 is Leighton Green, singer, a new act. She's been on a few songs with a few big name people. But she doesn't have as of late, she doesn't have any projects of her own. She has a lot of individual songs out. But I do like her, and I see, like, when her project does come out, it'll be worth the listen. Like, she was just on a song with Rick Ross and Wyatt Fanlucci. I like the song, I don't like the beat. Produced by Hitmaker, and he's very lazy when it comes to beat making, but I'm not gonna get into that. Cause he be on some other shit sometimes. He's so lazy when it comes to beat. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But like I said, she makes good songs. But she just has no project that I can refer you to as of late. So I'm assuming her project will be coming out in 2021. Leighton Green. Layton, Green. Second one is Che Noir. She's a rapper from Buffalo. Griselda from Buffalo, they kind of opened the doors for Buffalo to get on the, people from Buffalo to get on the map. Like, they're legends in, I was just thinking about that shit the other day. Like, who I think is a legend in their city? Rich Boy. Mobile, Alabama. I'm pretty sure I don't know a soul that musically that came out of that city or that state, period. Alabama, period. And it's like, Rich Boy not single-handedly, but he had Throw Some D's was one of the biggest songs of the 2000s decade. And I never seen nobody before him has come from Alabama, and nobody after him has come from Alabama. So I'm pretty sure he's a legend in that city, as he should be, because he put that city on the map, even though nobody else came from it. But that's the same thing with Buffalo. Like, before Griselda, there was no Buffalo rapper that anybody took serious. So now that they're out, they pretty much open the gates for every other Buffalo artist to blow up. You know what I'm saying? So Che Noir is, like I said, she's a rapper. Her beats is phenomenal. I was just listening to her. I listened to like 2 of her projects yesterday again. Cause like the beat she be picking is like, yo, your beats is fire, my guy. My goodness. Yo, that girl beats is fire, bro. Good Girl. Good Girl is a quartet, R&B quartet. And it's rare that you see groups nowadays. They must be like childhood friends or something. It's rare that you see a group act, period, rap or R&B. Nowadays, it's more like collectives in rap with the stupid acronyms. the stupid ass acronyms on their name. And you don't see groups of R&B artists anymore. Like, what was the R&B group recently? Chloe and Halle, I guess. Division. Like, it's duos mostly. It ain't like three. It ain't groups with 3 or 4. But anyway, they're a group of 4 women. And they dropped a project called 215, I believe. And I like them. They got a song on Mulatto called Thirsty. Of course. Oh, no, it's called Good Girl. Sorry, it's called Good Girl. So, Good Girl by Good Girl. I like them, man. I like them. I see them, kind of not exploding in 2021, but the fan base will grow and more people will know them. Like, I like them a lot. Like, I think they're dope, for real. So check them out. Like I said, check out everything that I'm mentioning. Everybody that I'm mentioning, like check them out, son. Cause this is quality music. I just wanted to thank everybody that was I guess giving me the words of encouragement when I was like discouraged a few months ago too, Thank everybody who's been stuck with me with this podcast shit, who've been throwing ideas at me and shit, giving me the advice, all that shit. Corona stopped a lot of shit. Like, Corona had stopped a lot of shit, man. When that shit first hit, I had a lot of people lined up. Not a lot. I had like 5 people lined up to come on the show for like 5 different episodes. I did have that in the works, but Corona put a stop to that shit, man, and that shit was whack as fuck, but whatever. Like, I feel like if I would have got those done, I would have never like got discouraged and nothing like that. But Corona fucked that shit up. But anyways, like I said, just thank everybody that, keep their feedback coming and all that shit. Shout out to y'all, Hopefully 2021, we could expand and grow some more and get some better visuals and get shit on point for 2021, because 2021 makes let me see, March 2021 makes 4 years of me doing this. It makes 4 years of me doing this. So that shit, man. It's the podcast about Nathan, episode 84. I'll be back in 2021 with some new shit, man. Some new shit. I'm out.
Your boy Jones.
Yo, this is Sprag.
Yo, it's your boy Cutter B.
Peace, it's your boy Cy Brooks. Yo, this your boy Tony in the van. You already know who I'm rocking with.
You're tuned in.
You're tuning in and you're listening to my guy, 88 Coops, man. Podcast
And
about
you listening
Nathan.
to the podcast about Nathan with my bro, 88.
To my nigga 88 Coops, the podcast about
On
Nathan.
the podcast about
88.
Nathan. The podcast about Nathan. So stay locked.
Yo, it's your boy 88, man. You listening to my shit. The podcast about Nathan.